Welcome to Crucial Conversations. I am so glad that you're here to experience this with me. Many of you may think that you're here for a communications course, but what I want to tell you is that this course is really about results. And what the authors found over 30 years of research was that any time you're not getting the results you want, 9 times out of 10, there are conversations that you're not holding or holding well. When they first started their research over 30 years ago, they started off with a research question, and that was this. Are there moments during your day that have a disproportionate amount of influence over everything you care about? And if so, what are those moments, and how do you behave? Well, it turns out that one of those moments is one where there are high-stakes disagreements about something you care deeply about. These moments is what they later called crucial conversations. And why are these moments disproportionate amount of influence? Well, let me share some work that the authors did early on. They were working with a hospital that had a high number of wound infection rates, HAI, hospital-acquired infections. This hospital is also experiencing some high nursing turnover, and they called the authors in to figure out what was going on. Well, all of this came to a head one day when a patient was wheeled into the hospital and a flawless amputation was performed on a portion of his left foot. Now, when you look at the medical books, it was a perfect amputation. The problem arose when the patient woke up from the anesthesia, saw uneven lumps in the bed sheets, screamed. An orderly came over, looked at his chart, and he had actually been checked in for a tonsillectomy. Now, what added insult to this horrific injury is that when the authors went in and did their research, they found there were no fewer than 7 times when this injury could have been avoided if somebody had done one simple thing. What do you think that was? Speak up. Speak up. There were 7 times when somebody noticed some sort of discrepancy between what was written in the chart and what was actually being performed, and nobody said anything. Why? Well, you see, in this hospital, and unfortunately in many hospitals, there's a really strong culture that if I'm an orderly, I don't question a nurse. If I'm a nurse, I don't question a doctor, because that would be a crucial conversation. And you see, something happens in our brains when we think about all the bad things that will happen if I speak up. Rarely do we think about all the bad things that will happen if I don't speak up. Here's the thing about crucial conversation that I want to invite you to think about is that these conversations aren't just the nice to have, aren't just the touchy-feely, let's be nice. These conversations are at the heart and the root of results. And I guarantee if you look at any of our national disasters, such as the Gulf oil spill, or even our corporate disasters, such as WorldCom or Enron, in there,